Well, let's take inflation for example. In the recent period, we have seen GST being introduced, affecting pretty much everybody, and there apparently is hardly any effect in terms of consumer price inflation. Another major factor, of course, has been the decline of the ringgit by about 25% in the last 3 years, and again, apparently no effect on consumer prices. So I think it is precisely because of this that people are beginning to wonder what is being measured and why what is being measured does not seem to reflect consumer prices and therefore public sentiment, consumer confidence. But I think looking at the other aspects, we see between 2012 and 2014 2 or 3 factors which significantly improved conditions in the country. Higher commodity prices, secondly, the introduction of the minimum wage law, thirdly, the introduction of BRIM, all of which would have helped lower income groups. In the more recent period, none of that has happened. And we also see the continued announcement and introduction of more and more new infrastructure projects of increasingly dubious value, often overpriced, and involving huge commitments of what are called contingent liabilities. It's a fancy word to refer to debt taken on by the government indirectly through the public sector. So you move debt from the government itself to the rest of the public sector, and this causes a lot of worry. And all this, of course, has contributed to declining consumer confidence. But more generally, I think the scandals, particularly 1MDB, but also the fiasco surrounding Felda Global Ventures and a number of other companies which, for example, invested very heavily in the London market before Brexit, and then the pound goes south, and then many of them are now trying to withdraw from those markets at great losses. So all this has done very little to inspire confidence.
That's right. So at iMoney, we do surveys on our visitors every now and then. And just to explain, we did one recently where thousands of people participated, and we asked that question, do you think we're in a recession? And these are millennials, right? So these are the working population and the future of the country. 49% actually said that we were in a recession, and a further 40% think we're about to go into a recession, right? And so you look at that, and you look at the statistics that's being released. It's a big disparity.
Household income, in particular, still grow faster during 2012-2014, but slow down 2014-2016 quite drastically. I must say, it was double digit 2012-2014. Now it's single digit, and the worst thing is quite surprising. At the mean level, the lowest income growth was for B40. Usually the income growth for B40 is highest compared to T20, top 20 or M40. But this time is the lowest for B40. Grew, but smaller quantum. And we've been pumping money to help B40, yeah? But despite that, B40 lower. But if you slice it, you take wages, for instance. Last year, wages, you minus inflation, wages grew by 0.9%. In real terms, in absolute amount, that's about 17 bucks